Welcome UFC fans, I'm Nick and I'm here with Yale UFC. He's from the sportshack.ca and we're here for MMASucka's head-to-head fight breakdown brought to you by MMASucka.com. We're here to cover UFC 138. It's happening this Saturday, November 5th in Birmingham, England at the LG Arena. Yale, I haven't talked to you in a week. What's happening? What's going on?
What's up, buddy? How was your trip?
Trip was good. UFC 137 in Vegas. I had a great time. I can't complain. So, like I said, UFC 138 in England. This fight's going to be happening ahead of us for those of you who are in North America there. So be sure to remember that. The main event, we've got Chris Lieben, we've got Mark Munoz. And in my opinion, these are two guys who aren't afraid to throw it all down, leave it out there. We've got the wrestler in Munoz. We've got the striker and the jiu-jitsu guy in Lieben, who we remember from The Ultimate Fighter. And that's just one of the fights we're going to cover right now. We'll cover four other fights here. Brad Pickett and Reina Barrero, Thiago Alba and Papi Abedi. We got a lightweight matchup, Terry Edom and Eddie Falalotto, and we're going to go to the light heavyweight division for our last fight, Cyril Diabel and Anthony Perosh. Like I said, let's start it out with that light heavyweight division, Anthony Perosh and Cyril Diabel. Yale, what do you think is going to happen there?
Well, this is Perosh's second fight as light heavyweight. He really likes fighting at light heavyweight. He thinks this is a natural weight class. He's going to try to take down Diabel and try to overpower him and use his jiu-jitsu. I see an upset here. I see Perosh winning.
So we talked about earlier, just, off-camera kind of thing. Diabel, he's going to want to keep this one standing on his feet. He's the kickboxer. He's not going to want to get taken down, but it's going to be that way. That's what we think here, right?
Yeah, Diabel's only chance is to keep it striking.
Let's move on to the lightweight division. Terry Edom, hometown boy from England, I should say, and he's taking on Eddie Falalotto. Terry Edom, I've been following him for a few years. One of my favorite fighters, and he's got that bow-legged body style where he's just able to throw those nice kicks that you kind of don't see coming. They don't commit the shoulders, they got a lot of power to them. He's a great jiu-jitsu practitioner as well and a striker. He's 4-1 coming into this fight. His only loss in his last 5 fights is coming at the hands of Rafael Dos Anjos, who's a tough cat. And Edom here is taking on Eddie Falalotto. What do you got to say about this fight?
Well, this fight's for the fans. They'll be like cheering their local hero a lot, so it'll be loud and it's not as close as everybody's gonna think it is. Terry will win the match, but Eddie's gonna come out. He has 2 losses. This is gonna be his 3rd loss, so he's gonna lose by unanimous decision. But it's gonna be closer than what a lot of people are thinking. That's what I think.
Okay, not bad. I'll go with that. Let's move on to the welterweight division. Thiago Alba, 2-3 over his last 5 fights here, needing a win. He's who has he lost to? George St. Pierre, John Fitch, and Rick Story. So he's had some tough opponents there. He's had a little bit of trouble making weight in the last I shouldn't say last fight, but prior to that. And he's taking on Papi Abedi, who's 8-0, a 33-year-old. So what do you think of this fight? I know Abedi. Sorry, I asked you a question. I know Abedi is a judo guy here.
Well, Pepe uses his judo because he doesn't like to get hit. He's a really powerful guy. He's never been knocked out, but I've seen him in a match where he's got hit, and he's like a Brock Lesnar. He doesn't want to get hit, so he just clinches and he'll try to overpower you. But I think Thiago Alba is going to keep it on the outside, land a lot of leg kicks, and he'll end up landing that haymaker to knock out Abdi or Papi.
Papi. Okay, yeah. I see where you're coming from there. Yeah, I think I think he needs to win. I think Thiago's not gonna hold up for anything here. I think he's gonna go for broke if he needs to, swing that haymaker, catch Abedi however he can here. Okay, let's move on to Brad Pickett and Reina Barrero. It's a co-main event here. It's in the bantamweight division. Brad Pickett beat beat Mighty Mouse, and he's also lost to Scott Jorgensen. And he's taking on Reina Barrero. What do you think's going to go on here? What do you think's happening?
Well, Brad Pickett, he's like a really tough fighter. Brad Pickett's the type of guy, like if you were in a bar and you're having a beer, he'd be the guy you'd want to have by your side brawling with you if someone pick a fight with you. So I don't know. Brad Pickett's my type of fighter. I know Burrell's 26. He's won his last 26 fights, and I can't think of anybody who's done that. But it's against a competition that we really haven't heard of. And Brad Pickett's won against a lot of people we've heard of. So I'm going to have to go with Brad Pickett here, but it's going to be a really good fight because Brad Pickett has knockout power. He comes out boxing, and then he'll take you down, and he has great wrestling. He even has good submission because he overpowers you. But Burrell, he'll be trying to do submission attempts and stuff. So this could be fight of the night, and this one will have the fans on their feet going crazy. But I pick Brad Pickett.
I think I'm going to agree with you there. Yale. I know we don't agree on much. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's talk about the main event. Chris the Crippler Lieben versus Mark the Filipino Wrecking Machine Munoz. Not a bad fight for a free card. Like I said, Munoz the wrestler, 9-2 coming into this fight. Chris Lieben, 22-8. What do you think is going to happen here? Break it down for us.
Well, this is the first 5-round non-title fight.
That's right.
I think Mark Munoz is going to keep this fight at the beginning standing, but he's going to be like doing a lot of jabs. He's not going to come in and exchange punches where Lieben likes it. He's going to keep it on the outside, and he's going to box on the outside. And he's going to outbox Lieben. And then he's going to end up taking him down. He's going to ground and pound Lieben. And he's going to keep on doing it every round until Lieben's had enough and Munoz ends up winning. And if Munoz ends up winning this match, I see him facing the winner from Miller versus Bisping, which will be Bisping, and that will be the main event next year back in England. So that's what they're aiming for.
You know what? I think I'm going to agree with you here too. I just I don't see Lieben taking Munoz down as easily as he'd want to. To either pound him out or throw a submission on him. I think he's got a chance with the striking here. We know his chin is good. We know he can take some shots. We know he can give some shots too. But Munoz, I don't think he's going to let him do that. I think he's going to want to put him on the mat. But yeah, that facing the winner of Miller and Bisping, definitely a possibility in England. Hey, why not? Yale. Thanks so much, man. This was MMASucka's head-to-head fight breakdown for UFC 138 happening in England this Saturday, November 5th. It's free. I'm Nick. Thanks to all the UFC fans out there. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy the fights. Yale, have a good weekend, man.
You too, buddy.
Okay.